What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and you might not know this about me, but I'm a huge fan of documentaries. They are pretty much the only movies that I seek out to watch, that I always actively look for recommendations. So, hey, in the comment section down below, list your top one or two documentaries and tell me a little bit about them. And then everyone else who likes documentaries will have a nice list too, but, probably two that I think everyone should see is The Bridge, obviously, which is just amazing. It's about the Golden Gate Bridge and about how many people use it to end things every year. And then Empire of Dust, which is another excellent documentary where you have a Chinese guy in Africa talking about how they had built all this infrastructure and then the African people just let it all go to waste, and it's really good. Both are just enthralling documentaries. I mean, I know they're no Tiger King, which, believe me, I enjoy a good mockumentary, or modern day documentaries take a lot of liberties that more of like kind of the straightforward documentaries don't generally. They always have some slant, though. They always have some agenda, but a new documentary came across my recommendations called My Octopus Teacher. I love nature documentaries, and, a quick search of various websites, a quick dip in the pool, we'll say, to go out, jump in my boat, and I watched the film. Beautiful documentary about a bond that forms. My cat just stepped on my PlayStation 4 and turned it on. Colty. A bond that forms between a man and an octopus, and it's really good. Just moving, and as a pet lover, I have 5 cats, a dog on the way. It's awesome, and people forget just how smart an octopus is. They're super, super intelligent. It's, I would never judge anyone else. I don't really care, but it's like the one food I don't eat because I just respect them that much. And clearly I eat a lot of food. But nothing can be sacred from the absolute degenerates of Twitter, the pseudo-intellectuals. Let me give you a brief synopsis of the film as written by a non-weirdo, okay? Here it reads. Netflix documentary My Octopus Teacher reveals an emotional, unlikely friendship. You might not think you'll cry in an octopus documentary, but you will. I absolutely did tear up while watching this film. Not afraid to admit it at all. For centuries, when people have suffered from certain ailments, been depressed, or simply felt overwhelmed by the world, we've been advised to spend some time on the coast and take in the rejuvenating sea air. Maybe hop in the ocean for a bit. We're feeling adventurous. Documentarian, Craig Foster, who directed 2000's gorgeous film The Great Dance, also good, by the way, about a group of epic expert hunters in the Kalahari who can trek absolutely anything, experienced his own period of gloom that drove him back to the South African coast, where he braved the freezing waters and dense kelp forests to befriend a clever little octopus who stole his heart. Out of the footage, he took his 8-limbed companion, directors Pippa Eric and James Reed, with the help of underwater cinematographer Roger Herricks, made My Octopus Teacher. In 2010, debilitated by adrenaline fatigue and deep in the throes of creative block, Craig Foster began freediving off the coast of the poetically named Cape of Storms, whose icy temperature and rocky intertidal beaches make it a forbidding environment for even the most experienced swimmers. But once he got past the shallows, Foster discovered a dense kelp forest that harbored a vast, close-knit ecosystem of plants and creatures. As his body got used to the frigid water, he would go out for longer and longer stretches, deciding against wearing a wetsuit in order to more closely experience the water environment. In the film, he describes how he's able to visit every part of the three-dimensional kelp forest, swimming up to the canopy or coasting on the seafloor as if he were flying. Soon enough, he meets a small female octopus whose den was underneath some shell-encrusted rocks in the middle of the forest, sheltered from crashing waves and by the kelp The octopus at first was naturally skittish around Foster, who no doubt appeared to be a looming predator shape of the depths, but on a whim, Foster decided to try to visit her every day. Months after acclimating her to his presence, leaving cameras near her den to observe her behavior and drawing maps of the tiny region of the seafloor, the little mollusk became not only accustomed to him, but actively sought him out, and one day reached with a tentative, questing tentacle to lightly touch his hand. Over the course of nearly a year, Foster documented everything from the octopus growing up more comfortable hanging out with him to the daily dramas that make up a wild creature's life. Now, I won't read anymore because I don't want to spoil it for you. I want you to get in your boat, paddle out, and watch this documentary. Borrow a friend's login. I think that this is the documentary. How do I put this? You all ask for positive things. You know, this documentary is amazing. And which is why, of course, weirdos have to ruin it. That's right. An interesting thread by Sophie Lewis, who wrote a she theorizes heteroness, family. She wants to abolish the family. Okay, so let's just, so I'm setting the stage. You heard how the actual documentary is described. This is how Sophie Lewis describes it. Well, I watched My Octopus Teacher on Netflix, a flawed but moving documentary about a straight man who had a life-changing erotic relationship with a female octopus. I cried, then read out loud to my friends the entirety of somebody's 2007 essay. What? Why are these people so weird? Why do you have to make everything so creepy? I don't know what else. It was not erotic, you weirdo. Then the thread goes on. The octopus threatened boundaries. Their intelligence is like ours and utterly unlike ours. Octopus are closest we can come on Earth to knowing what it might be to encounter intelligent aliens. Yeah, maybe. Now in this, I can't even show the picture, but I'll read what she writes. Teachers about the conservationist Craig Foster's relationship with the octopus. At one point, they have a form of intercourse. The boundaries between her body and mine disappear. This is precisely what the diver says. And Hokusai's famous print, "Oh, boundaries and borders are gone." And this is like a giant squid eating out a chick. Great. No, it wasn't anything like that. And then you can see here a writer for Slate, Vulture, L, Catapult. She writes, I watched the octopus documentary on Netflix, and no one has any form of hooking up with the octopus. It's gorgeously filmed, and it's not erotic or romantic. And I cried at the end. Just a very personal and beautiful nature documentary about a wild, hugely intelligent creature getting used to having you around and looking forward to your visits. I do think, he left the kid out. I would normally not preface this nature documentary recommendation with "it's not erotic," but some people think it was, and I don't want to scare anyone off this movie. People are definitely saying this dude hooked up with the octopus based on someone else claiming it, and I'm here to tell you it's just a lovely nature documentary free of human/octopus hookups. Why? Why do you have... Why? I cover all sorts of things. Movie, music, technology, tech censorship, YouTube. If you're not yet subscribed, I'm pushing hard for 1 million subscribers by January 1st. We can do it. If you feel like I've earned your subscription today, there's a little red button right below this video. Just click that thing and you'll get notified when I upload. I know not every video I do is interesting to everyone, but I guarantee at least once a day, you're going to find something you like. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.